Hello guys, welcome back. It is Jade back with another video, and today, you might be able to tell because I'm wearing all black, we're going to talk about Null. It's a pretty old Minecraft story that's been around for a long time, since like almost as long as Herobrine, I think, but not quite. But I decided to wear all black in honor of Null. Oh, look at that zombie villager. He's got a monocle. But anyways, we're in a creepy dark cave, and that's where we're going to read our story, our origin story of Null. So without further ado, let's get right into the story. So, before we go into the story, I just wanted to do a little bit of a background. There's not much. Not much is known about him, but so some people don't call him Null. Some people call him Shadow Herobrine. I actually didn't know that. The first date, or the date of his first sighting, the approximate date is unknown, but it was around August of 2014. He was first found on the PC version of Minecraft, release 1.2.5 and up. The signs of him are similar to Herobrine. It doesn't say anything specific. And then his powers include invisibility and telepathy. Now for the story. Now we've all heard the story of the supposed legend of Herobrine. You know, the one spirit who is said to roam and stalk you in what you thought were safe single-player worlds. Now, I know what you're probably thinking to yourself. Hey, Herobrine isn't real. Notch said he's fake, and always will be. But what if I were to tell you that Herobrine is real? However, not in the way that you may think. Let me explain. About 3 years ago, I was playing in an older version, alpha or beta, I can't really remember. It was a simple time back then. I was at a younger age, and I didn't really think about how harmful such an innocent game like Minecraft would be. As far as the memories, however, there wasn't much. I remember my first world, my first house, things normal players would remember when they first started the game. Now, I had a friend who told me about this little Herobrine rumor going around. I thought it was kind of funny, because I thought he was joking with me, so I shrugged it off. I must admit, I was a little intrigued about this silly little ghost. You probably would be too if you thought some evil guy with no eyeballs was going around attacking people in such a colorful game. In those days, I never recalled actually seeing Herobrine, but I saw someone who almost acted like him, but looked way different. This player was all black. You couldn't see a single detail at all. He was just pitch black. I never thought much of him, because he never directly came up to me, and he never acted hostile in any sense. He was kind of watching, so to speak. Some time passed, and ever since I upgraded to a much bigger step, like the public 1.4 for example, he kind of vanished. Gone. I was a little older by then, but still didn't think of him as evil. I remembered how fun the old times were, so I wanted to try and find a way to play on an older version, but I never could. That is, however, until Minecraft's new launcher came into place. You could actually go back in time, so I did. Keep in mind, my game wasn't modded. You couldn't really mod an older version, or at least, I couldn't. I started up version 1.2.5 in beta, I believe. All was fine, of course, until after a few days. That's when the spooky ghost known as Herobrine showed himself to me. After walking home from mining, I went through a little forest to the east of the location of my wooden shack. Because smooth lighting wasn't a thing yet, it was really dark for me. I couldn't make out much until there was light, a very dim light. It showed out in the corner of my eye. When I walked back after seeing it, I saw it was the cliché redstone torch. I thought that this was just a little prank Mojang put in so everyone would shut their mouths about Herobrine. I examined the torch very carefully, but thinking it was a little joke, I continued walking. When I reached my house, a sign showed up on my door. Another prank, I thought. This sign was a little strange, however. It said one word, Null. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Null usually is saying something similar to not available or something. So, with my not very unsuspecting mind, I thought it was meant to be another joke, but kind of a bugged out one. I slept the night off until morning came. When I walked out the front door, I heard something like the sound of crying, whimpering, shouting, or possibly a growl. But while the sound played, the noise it made got corrupted and turned into a muttering glitch noise. I looked around, left, right, behind me, no one was there. But out of nowhere, a fall damage noise was heard. I quickly turned around, and I saw Herobrine. I was shocked, but before I could do anything, however, my game froze, and the screen turned into the dirt background before Minecraft randomly quits itself. In fear, I was wondering what in the world I just saw. I've had enough. I emailed Mojang as soon as I could, asking why they would put such a stupid prank into such a horrifying scene. There was no response until about 2 months, but they didn't say sorry or anything. They gave a message along the lines of, "We cannot say anything discussing the matter of Herobrine." I didn't want to play into those happy-go-lucky days of older Minecraft anymore, so I updated to 1.7.2. I started a new world. I spawned in a plains biome, and I went to explore the new biomes that were made for this update. I never got around to any interesting ones, so I decided I'd just give up. After all, I just suffered 3 nights without shelter. After I built it, I logged off. I didn't play again for a few days, because of course, school's a priority. When I eventually got around to free time, I went into my world. However, I wasn't in front of my brand new built house. No, instead I was deep underground. So deep that I could see bedrock particles. I turned up my brightness so I could see better. In front of me was a narrow hallway. It didn't have any light, so I decided to walk down it for a bit. After at least 5 minutes, I was tired and I wanted to turn back, but out of nowhere, I realized a wall of stone was blocking my path. Had someone put that there to prevent escape? It wasn't long now until I discovered again another cliché redstone torch. I was thinking to myself, oh great. I continued my journey through this narrow 1-block width tunnel. More torches started to appear, possibly lighting my way. I reached a dead end, however, a sign was there to greet me. When I started reading the sign, I heard another corrupted noise. Almost sounded like saying a depressed voice asking for help. The audio cut out afterwards. I was scared to turn around. The sign was already enough with these newly shown letters, unreadable with Swedish text. I quickly took a screenshot before manually exiting my game. I'd opened the screenshot, followed by Google Translate. I slowly typed in the words one by one. I then clicked Translate. What I read made my heart go cold. It said, "Help! Null is here! Tell everyone about me!" I hesitated before thinking about playing the game again. But I came to the conclusion that if I don't help now, I may not get the chance to later. I logged back in. I was greeted to being way high up in the sky, nothing in my inventory, and there's one piece of bedrock holding me up. I looked around, and there he was, the name you've all heard before, Herobrine. I stared at him until my screen got bugged and turned into static. I was stuck in place. He started to use the chatting system, however, no name tag was shown to who was sending the message. I took screenshots of every sentence he made before he decided to crash my game again. Once again, I opened Google Translate. The messages got creepier the more I translated. It stated the following, in order. I need help. Do you remember playing during the golden age of Minecraft? If so, do you remember the man you were greeted by every now and then? The one who was as black as night itself? Do not take this monster lightly. I am trapped. You can blame him. I'm sure you've heard of stories about me, how I tortured innocent players. Every single one of them is false. I am feared upon being a very evil entity, but I'm not. I'm one of the good guys. That man you've seen before, he is different. He is evil. Please tell everyone that I am trapped. Maybe they have a solution. If you don't help, however, well then it's his game now. Those words, this newly misunderstood character have said, made me think of a new way to help. I talked to another friend who also played Minecraft. He told me of a YouTuber who played this game and had very similar experiences, and now he's trying to solve this mystery. He had things related to mine, such as the sighting in Alpha, the report to Mojang, the same response, even some of the same things Herobrine had done to him. He had a lot of encounters, a few more than me. Herobrine also seemed to be very disturbed during the time of his appearance to this guy. Herobrine also led him to clues about whoever this Null is. To believe or not to believe, the choice is up to you. Although I do not have visual evidence due to the fact that after he corrupted my world, he also took away all evidence of him being present in that world. The ones this guy recorded does leave good solid proof. Just look around YouTube and you'll find a playlist of all 5 sightings he had during his report. Just remember guys, he's looking out for you, trying to warn you of the dangers you can't see. As for Null, he's also looking for you, trying to endanger you. Well, that is it guys, that is the story, the origin story of Null. It was an interesting one. Not much was said about Null himself, but about how he came to be, I guess. What he's doing, what he's planning. Now, this story did come out 10 years ago, so how much of it is true, I don't know. But I enjoy reading these stories with you guys, so give me some ideas in the comments. What do you want to see next? What do you want to hear? I need some ideas. I enjoy reading these. But that will be all for today, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.